What's up, guys? We're back with another fan PC build. This one's called DeepBlue.
Named after the first PC to ever beat a man in chess. As usual, we started with the motherboard. This time we decided to go with the MSI X370 Gaming Pro Carbon.
First, we're putting in the CPU as usual. For this build, we went with an AMD RYZEN 5.
Oh man, look at that sticker.
We chose AMD because the guy was on a bit more of a budget, and price to performance, AMD kind of won that battle. Either way, you line that triangle up with the triangle in the corner as like all the other CPUs we've installed, and then you just close the latch.
So once again, we went with TridentZ RGB RAM. We've had good luck with it in the past. It even came with its own sticker to make it go faster, as well as this random stick of memory we had lying around. So we put it in DIMM slots 2 and 4, and then third one into DIMM slot 1 as per the instructions in the motherboard manual.
So next comes case prep. Ah, that satisfying new case feeling. Nothing quite like it, you know?
Which starts with, peeling off that plastic.
Check out that tempered glass.
So next in case prep, we have removing the side panels, installing the I/O shield, and pointing out where the motherboard standoffs are supposed to go.
Now would you look at this mess? Just take a look at our cryptocurrency build. The mint cell case we used may not have been mint to work with, but the case manufacturer did know how to sort their screws.
Yeah, case manufacturers really should learn to sort their screws better. And then, you know, naturally after that, we installed the standoffs on the motherboard.
Our next step was to install the computer's not yet beating heart.
I think he means the power supply.
Yes, I do. And that went pretty well.
Then we got ready to install the liquid cooler. We first started off by removing AMD's protective brackets.
We then admired the Deepcool sticker. Almost stands up to Trevor's Shield MSI sticker.
Then we installed the backplate.
We then attached the brackets on the front side of the motherboard for installing the water cooler.
And installed the water cooling block and fastened the brackets.
Next, we tried installing the radiator and the pull configuration with the fans, but the screws that came with the water cooler weren't quite long enough. We couldn't pull it off.
So we gave up and just went with the old tried and true push configuration.
Next, we had to remove the bracket at the back of the case for the graphics card, my personal favorite piece of any computer. And then we plugged that graphics card into the motherboard, and lastly, the 6-pin power connector.
We then installed the storage components. First the SSD for the OS and few choice programs and games, then the hard disk drive for general purpose storage, and the rest of the games.
After installing the storage components, we plugged everything in and did some careful cable management. That double-sided glass on the case made things a bit tricky to make it look nice, so yeah, we did our best.
Now we reassemble and boot it up for the first time.
Build a fucking box, you moron.
It's a nice looking water cooler.
Yeah, no, I actually really like the look of this one. Alright, so the thermal paste is exposed. And
I got my finger on it.
You smudged it, you dumbass.
I smudged it on first.
Just the tiniest little bit.
with anything looks pretty good.
Well, yeah, that's why black is the most like fashionable color ever.
And then you're gonna record and fuck it all up.
Yeah, that's what I do. No take, Jake.
Pretty much, yeah. You get it before the take.
I always do it perfect before the take, and then you put the recording on me, and it's just like... Okay, we then installed the... Yep, see, there it is. We then installed the storage components. Yeah, storage components.
Alright, and then next we tried installing the radiator and the pull configuration with the fans, but the screws that came with the water cooler weren't quite long enough. We couldn't pull it off. Oh man, I made a pun there.
But I'm...